Today we're tackling the prompt everyone avoids in the Create This Book Free. Create Realism. I've got a bag of charcoal and I don't know how this is gonna go. That's right, we've got paper, which is actually perfect because look at this mess that we have to cover up. This is alcohol marker from last time, which does work perfectly because I have all of this charcoal. Yes, I wrapped it up very securely. This was during the declutter and the move because charcoal is messy. I am a beginner, and to prove it, I'm going to show you every single piece I've ever created using charcoal in the charcoal sketchbook. Yeah, that's it. And this is the only portrait I've ever made. Oh, what am I doing? The charcoal collection is so messy. I don't know if I'm gonna pull this off because it's all falling apart. I don't know what I'm doing. And to make things harder, who are we drawing? Yes, we are drawing Zendaya. Why, you might ask? Well, I mean, the prompt is to create realism. And it's pretty well known on the internet that most people can't draw Zendaya. It was actually a trend on TikTok a little while ago. I mean, we're already 10 minutes in and this is already a disaster. So I don't have much hope, but I wanted to give it a try. Didn't draw Zendaya in the 100 heads challenge where we drew a ton of celebrities together. I knew I wanted to try and draw her for this prompt. If you're gonna try realism and there's one person that's insanely difficult, it's Zendaya. And I would say that I don't know why. Obviously you can see we're already struggling. We're already making a huge mess. Like, I am covered. Rolled down the sleeves. Keeping the rings on was a mistake because we are making such a big mess. Okay, the theory is that nobody can draw Zendaya. But you know what? I spent ages scrolling on Google Images trying to find the perfect picture, and I can kind of see what they mean. Because in a lot of the pictures, Zendaya didn't look like Zendaya. And it was at this point that I realized, I think I've accidentally drawn Timothée Chalamet. Do you see that? How? Honestly, it must have been the jawline or something. You would not believe how many times I have smudged this drawing and then rubbed it out and had to start again because this is charcoal. It's really difficult to try and fix mistakes. You can see I'm having a lot of difficulty with these eyes. It feels like there's nothing you can really do to fix them when it goes wrong other than starting again. And I've done these eyes a million times already because I just could not get them the right size. I think this is about as even as we can get. Eyes are something I struggle with. Really difficult to make them the same size. And funnily enough, it's actually always like the left eye that ends up way bigger than the right eye. I don't know how it happens every single time. And I'm actually looking at this drawing right now as I'm saying this and thinking, ew, did it happen here? This is the most even I could get them, but did it happen here? And already we are making a face, but it doesn't look like Zendaya. And yes, in a lot of the photos, it didn't really look like her either. I think because she is a model as well as an actress, she just looks very different in a lot of things. As models tend to do, that is literally their job. But the different makeup looks, the different hair, it really seems to transform her face. And I think that's why she does look different in a lot of the photos. Like, if you type in her name and have a scroll, when you're analyzing it to choose a reference photo that you're gonna draw, you can see it does actually look pretty different in a lot of the photos. This was the most Zendaya photo I could find with the big eyebrows, looking forward like this. And still, I am struggling with likeness. I can see it a little bit, but I am a beginner. I am new to charcoal. That sketchbook that I showed you, that is the only sketchbook I have used charcoal in. I would never use it in a regular sketchbook because it's just so messy. This way of working, I'm not a fan of. There are people out there that like using charcoal and like using soft pastels. And honestly, I have huge respect for those people because I cannot stand the mess. Like, I had to move everything off of my desk before drawing this because I knew it was just gonna get mess everywhere. And you know, if your hand accidentally falls in it, then you smudge it. So difficult to work with. I like using more forgiving mediums, I must say. But I think this portrait is getting a little bit dark. We need an eraser, this one, to try and brighten it a little bit. Bring back some of those highlights. Hair is difficult, but it was just looking a little bit flat, so I'm gonna try what I can. But this is a medium that I don't know if I will be able to fix or perfect. We're just gonna do the best we can. I am struggling. But the prompt is create realism. It was this or graphite, and charcoal is crazy, so of course we're gonna give that a go. Honestly though, I cannot believe how different this is looking compared to literally the last portrait I drew. Absolutely crazy. When I tell you I haven't used charcoal since, I've only used it in that sketchbook. That is the truth. I think this is where transferable skills come in. Because I've drawn so many other faces in pencil and pen, I found it easier to use charcoal, I guess. Well anyway, we're spraying it with fixative now. This took a lot of layers. We've got a huge mess to clear up whilst we keep spraying it, because I do not want this to make a big mess in the Create This book. I'm already scared to put it in the book. So we're reaching for a dark color pencil or two, and the other side has to be as simple as possible. We do not want to disturb that portrait that's going to be on the left side covering up the spinner, and if the charcoal, even though it's had like 4 or 5 layers of fixative at this point, if it does decide to spread onto the right side, I don't want it to be super noticeable. So I've added the name, a little bit of fixative. It's a simple design. I don't think it will really matter if either of them do come to life and start smudging everywhere, hopefully. But this is where disaster strikes. The paper was too big. Didn't realize it was so big that we're losing an entire ear, but there we are. They're going in the daily doodle diary. Of course they are. Alright, next up. Create a circus. Clowns can be as cute or creepy as you please. Well, I have an idea for this, and it actually comes from the very first 100 heads challenge I did. For number 100, I created this. It's got a spooky aesthetic, kind of like a clown, and I love it. We're using gouache, it's messy, paintbrushes of course, and we're also using color pencils. Not a combo I do often, but I think this is gonna be fun because we're actually using all of these in the Create This book. I don't know what's gonna happen to the paper, so let's grab it. This is the sketch. We're gonna try and paint a cute little creepy clown. It's okay, it's cute. It's a child. Trust me, it'll be fine. But it's been a while. I can't remember which is the good white. We're gonna have to wing it. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but we're gonna give it a go. I think bubble wrap is all I had to hand, but we don't want to get any marks in this book. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably completely the wrong paper to use, and the first layer is looking questionable. If you haven't tried gouache before, yeah, it does that. The first layer will always look horrific. Gouache looks better the more layers you add. So it's very hard to trust the process at the beginning. You can see the skin already has tons of layers, and then as it dries, it gets more and more transparent. Plus, we are reactivating dried gouache, which is a little bit more difficult because it's not opaque. You do have to work in more layers. It's not as smooth. Doesn't really work as well. But that's where having a good white is super important. I made that mistake a long while ago. I didn't know about gouache. Bought a huge tube of zinc white. Now, zinc white is a mixing white, and I mean, logic says you should be using a mixing white to mix colors, but no, it's super transparent. Huge mistake. I never should have got it, especially when I like to create pastel pieces, which really works with the opaque white. So yes, unfortunately, I have a huge tube of zinc white that I need to somehow figure out how I'm gonna use. And okay, the book is bumpy, but it's already getting better. You can see with each layer it becomes thicker. The consistency is a little bit more like acrylic than watercolor, and I'm just hoping it's gonna work because at this point we've committed. It is scary working directly inside the Create This book, but this is really just me fighting perfectionism. In art prompt books like this, I think it's so easy to only create really good pieces and only create pieces pieces on separate paper and stick it in every single time. And sometimes I have to make a piece like this directly in the book, winging the entire process just to remind myself that it's okay. You don't need the best supplies. And really, it is just a book from Amazon. I need to remember that sometimes. It's an art prompt book. It is supposed to be fun. I really love the pieces that we're creating. And if I wasn't filming these videos, there's no way that I would have put this level of effort in. To me, every single piece has a special place in my heart. Like, every single piece has meaning. And that's so special. But I don't want to put too much pressure on the book. It's also supposed to be a place for fun and silliness, using all sorts of mediums, creating actual art, actual pieces, and then also creating really silly designs. I've now had to create this book for over a year, and I'm still loving filling every single page. So I really hope that you're enjoying these episodes too. If you've missed any Create This Book episodes, the entire playlist is down below. And if there's anything you'd like to see me do in these episodes, why don't you pop some suggestions down below? We've actually just reached 8,000 subscribers on here. So I want to say a huge thank you for all of your support and those of you that have supported my brand new shop. Thank you so much. And especially I want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. Sketchbook buddies, your names are on screen now. You guys are amazing. And you are helping me continue to make all of these videos, which I want to do for as long as I possibly can. I would love to be able to do this as a career. So thank you so much, everyone. And if you're not already subscribed, please do. It really means so much. It helps get one step closer to achieving this dream, so thank you. Now I feel like we should talk a little bit about this piece. We've got past the ugly stage. No, I didn't intentionally change the subject to skip the ugly phase. It just happened. I guess it was a happy accident. We're here. It's looking like a piece now. Probably about 4 or 5 layers at least on every single section to get here. But that's what gouache is like. It is a nightmare. But once the finish line is in sight, it's really satisfying. Like, look how matte this painting is. It's a cute little clown. I forgot to add makeup. We've got a little red nose and little red eyebrows to match. I was gonna add makeup, but I completely forgot. The kind of makeup I like to go for is what I used for the prompt clown in the Mermaid Art Challenge. I just uploaded the sketchbook tour a few days ago, so you might have seen it there, or in the entire month-long art challenge. If you haven't, I'll leave it down below. I don't know, there's something satisfying about drawing clown makeup, but this is a cute little kid, so I do think it works without it. I don't really know what's going on with the cheeks, but I've done this quite a few times before. I kind of like drawing faces with round rosy cheeks like this. Don't know what that's about, but it's pretty cute. And the little clown has a balloon. Not sure if the blue and the purple are clashing a little bit right now, because we've got orange in the background with a nice cool red on top. They might be a little bit clashy. Now the background is actually where this entire idea came from. This is what it looks like when you dry brush gouache. You saw it in the original reference that we got the idea from, and I don't know why, but I kind of associate that with clowns. Maybe it's like those old circus posters. That might be kind of what I'm thinking of. Don't know where it came from, but it's cute and creepy at the same time, and I kind of love it. And just like that, it's all done. So let's have a quick flip through. The very first prompt is to create realism. So we attempted to draw Zendaya. Unfortunately, she did lose an ear and some of her face. Honestly, it's so sad. Please, I still haven't recovered. And next we're creating a circus with this adorable little clown, gouache with some color pencils, lots of texture. It's so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. It really means a lot to have you here. Look after yourself. I'll be back here on Sunday with a new video. Bye bye.